Hey Sagittarius, what is up YouTube world? How are you all doing today? I hope that you are well. Thank you so much for watching this video, for tuning in, for giving me your precious time. I really hope that this message helps you and that you get something out of it. Disclaimer real quick though. I am completely blind. I was not born blind. So when I first went blind, I had to create a system to read the cards. The hole punches in the cards is my system. So that is my disclaimer. We're going to go ahead and get into your reading now. It is May 17th, 2019. So this is going to be a reading from now until the end of May. And this is a love reading. Not only is it a love reading, it's a reading about loving yourself as well. It's really beautiful, just like it is beautiful here today. I have my window open, so you're going to hear some traffic, but I'm enjoying the weather. I'm so sorry. I'm filming this right before the full moon in Scorpio happens, which is in your 12th house. And this to me it's quite fitting, because this to me is an internal dialogue that you're having with yourself during this period of time. You're really going within, and this reading is extremely positive. It shows a tremendous amount of internal growth in regards to yourself and relationships. So what I plan to do is I'm going to run through the cards real quick and give you the general interpretation, and then we're going to take it a step further. So if you're interested in that, please stay tuned. So I have 7 cards here pulled from the Tarot of Dreams, some of which I got in reverse, but I am obviously filming them all upright. The card at the bottom is your overall energy. So for that, I got the 10 of Coins, or Pentacles. And then for your main spread, I got the 5 of Pentacles, the Star, the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. The 5 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Cups I got in reversed. So, generally, not genuinely, there's a completion point here, with the 10 of Pentacles being your overall, with a physical manifestation of a relationship. It looks like you're coming out of feeling left out in the cold, abandoned, on the outside looking in, with a connection that was very strong. There was some dishonesty. And I do apologize. I got the 6 of Wands in reversed as well. As I was getting ready to say that, I remembered. So you decided to no longer give this person, pay them any attention anymore. You decide to focus on building something that is going to last, that's going to be of value and quality here with the 6 of Pentacles. You're really not too happy emotionally right now. It's like you're not satisfied with your options, or you're preoccupied with something else. Could be this 3 of Pentacles. And you realize that you're not on the same page with someone. So there is like a falling out, so to speak. And that's the general message. It's kind of vague. So we're going to take it a little bit further. There's a lot of messages in this reading, but I really focused in on this 7 of Swords energy. And you can see in this picture where this person has like a ninja costume on. And this card to me represents the ego. This is about lying, deceiving, cheating, yes, but it can also be self-sabotage. It can kind of work in both ways. And what I mean about that is this, is behaviors that we might be seeing from people, but a lot of times, including myself, we do this too. And it's so natural that a lot of us, it's just become part of our routine. A lot of people right now are going through what they call a spiritual awakening. And when this happens, it really takes you back to yourself a lot. That's a lot about what spirituality is, right? It's one's own getting to know of, it's when you truly get to know yourself. It's individual and specific for everybody. So right now, in a sense, we are all, with all of this Taurus energy going on right now, kind of, reflecting on the value of our relationships and the value that we have in ourselves, and how the value that we have in ourselves is always reflected back to us in relationships. So if this is something that you're experiencing here, this Seven of Swords, it could be an indicator that maybe this is a behavior, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but that you're doing yourself. And that, like I said, this is something that's very common. Everyone has this horrible interpretation of the Seven of Swords. It's like, oh no, it's horrible, they're cheating. Not always. Not always. And this is what I mean. A lot of us, when we go out into the world, we're shy. And we're afraid to stand in our true light. So we put on a mask. This is how I want to present myself to the world. For girls, it goes a little bit deeper. I'm guilty of this as well. We do our hair, we put on makeup, we get eyelashes, we get nails, we get the fake tan. All of that is great, and all of that makes us look extremely beautiful. But are we allowing the people that we're having connections with to truly know who we are? And I think that's a lot of what we're all starting to realize right now, is that we're pretty emotionally starved. We're depleted. We're not feeling the love. And I think this has a lot to do with this mask that we put on, because we present ourselves in the world as someone who is usually not, we're all scared to express our uniqueness, our weirdness. And so these connections that we have, these people don't truly know who we really are. And they're trying to love you, they're trying to be there for you, but they might not be doing it right because you presented yourself in a certain light. You know what I mean? And everybody does this. It's like, when you have someone sitting next to you and you either hold back, by dimming your light a little bit, or you may show off a little bit and maybe embellish your story a little bit if you're trying to impress them. And something that I've learned here lately is, if you feel like you need to do that with someone, it's because you know intuitively that there's a good chance they may not accept you for who you really are. And then that's an indicator, whether or not that person really needs to be a part of your life. If you have to dim your light down, if you have to embellish to make yourself seem bigger than what it really is, that person does not know the real you. And so we have all these people running around in relationships that, they don't know their partner, but a lot of it is because they don't know themselves either. Maybe, it took me years. I'm 34 years old now. It took me years to finally sit down and examine what makes me happy, what I'm looking for, what I value in a relationship, what I don't want, it's like, sometimes it's like we have to experience everything that we don't want so we can know what we truly want. And that takes time, and that takes experience, and we're all on different paths. But I truly think that this is what you're realizing here this month. Waiting for this in my past. Excuse me. So the only major arcana we got here was the star. And in this picture, you can see the woman. She is pouring her pitcher on her star. So that is Aquarius. This card is represented by Aquarius. That's what Aquarians do. They're the water bearers. They pour their love into the connections that they have. Aquarius has a lot to do with connections as well. And then we look at the first and the last card. We got the Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Cups in reverse. So the Five of Pentacles is when you're feeling abandoned, left out in the cold. So if it's in reversed, you're starting to excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. You're starting to not see yourself in this light anymore. You're starting to come out of that feeling. And I feel as if it's because you're starting to realize that you're not on the same page with someone. I think that you do have a strong connection here with someone. This person could, we have strong Aquarius here. We have strong Earth, so this person could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn as well. For some reason, I'm feeling like it's just not a good time. Like, you guys are on two different timelines. Because we have a lot of cards indicating here, like, tens can be completion, yes. But if you look at that card, it's a couple going from a place that's cold and barren into a new environment that is abundant and green and beautiful. Heaven on earth. And then we have this Two of Cups, which is a strong connection. Just because it's in the reverse doesn't mean that there's not the connection. And then we have this Star card here, which to me is the ultimate connection. It's your wish, your ultimate desire. So, what's really going on here is you're taking a look at this picture and this star card. And what's in that picture is your love, your time, your energy, your ideas, your communication, what we pour into this world and the people that we love. However, where some people trip up is they go around doing this, like, and they woke up and their cup was only a half full. And, you know, they didn't do the things that they needed to do or whatever, you know, putting people in front of yourself to get your cup all the way full. And then you go out into the world with a half full cup and you're pouring and you're pouring and you're pouring and you're pouring. And you come home and you're like, oh crap, I'm drained. I need some me time. That's when you need some me time. So, we're trying to get to a place here where we can have connections and pour our love into people, into situations, without it draining us, without it defeating or deflating us. So, I already went through the Seven of Swords. This Six of Wands in reversed here is victory in reversed. However, it's also about who we pay attention to. There's just something here, like, I'm starting to honestly feel like you're coming out of feeling left out by a person that you have a strong connection with. Like, there's not a lot of communication. There's not a lot of enthusiasm, and this is a burden that you've been holding on your shoulders for a while, and you're, you know, taming, excuse my language, taming your shit, because you're like, what's really going on here? Why aren't we talking? Why does everyone seem like they could care less if this actually happens? Like, I know that we have a strong connection, but when we do communicate, it's not very often, and we're not being honest with each other. So what happens here is, I think that you realize that not only with this connection that you're feeling, but with all of your relationships in your life, that you're gonna kind of back out a little bit. You're gonna stop paying attention and investing your time and energy into people and situations that are giving off the Seven of Swords energy, that are not being truly authentic, that are not being truly honest with you. And then we have this Three of Pentacles. Not only, I think, through seeing this behavior, it's identified exactly what I was talking about, that in order to attract an authentic, complete person, that you have to be that as well. And that's what I see you doing here in this Three of Pentacles. Like, you're just going to throw all of your time into your work and into yourself. You're going to focus on becoming your greatest version, getting your money and your career right, loving yourself, learning how to be honest with people about your intentions and what you truly want. So at least on your part you did what you need to do. This is about you learning how to act in integrity in relationships, so that you can attract a relationship that is of integrity. So during this Three of Pentacles time, when you're truly focusing on yourself, I think that in the back of your head, you're kind of hoping that, if I just throw it out of my mind and I don't focus on it, what I'm supposed to have will come to me. You can see that there's a person in that card that's paying attention to the person who is focused and working. And then we have the Four of Cups. While all of this is happening, is you're really not too enthused about what's going on in your love life right now. It's not getting you super excited. And so with this Four of Cups, I'm not going to accept any offers right now. I'm preoccupied. I am going to focus and do this for a little bit. And then we have this Two of Cups in reversed. And I'm going to sever ties with this strong connection that I have right now. Like I said, I'm not saying that this is a breakup. What this feels more like to me is that there's love here on both sides. But since you guys are on two different timelines and maybe you can't be together right now, there's some dishonesty going on between the two of you. So, while you're having this internal conversation with yourself during this time, what might be going through your head is, maybe it's time for a heart-to-heart with this person. Maybe it's time for a heart-to-heart with myself. I'm not denying the fact that there's love here, but right now is just not a good time. I have some old, seeds that I need to tie up, old situations, old, people, persons, or things, you know what I mean, that I need to take care of. I need to take care of myself and focus on my work, and then nobody has to feel this Seven of Swords. There's sirens now coming. This lack of honesty, this self-sabotage. This reading is really, really beautiful. It's showing that you don't want the fake relationships anymore. That you want something real. You want to know who you are, and you want to know that the person that you love, you want to know the person that you love for who they truly are. It's really, really beautiful. And I apologize. Every time I do these readings, I always feel like they're so scattered. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Like I said, this person could be an Aquarius. This person could be an earth sign. or a water sign. We do have quite a bit of water here too. That would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So, wishing you all the best of luck with this. And if this reading resonated with you, please make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And I truly hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, Sagittarius.